What's up, Mananap? Welcome to my welcome to my blog. For today, I'm gonna be uh, running a program, C++ program using DevC++. Last time, we have shown you actually how to configure and run a C and C++ program using Visual Studio Code. So yeah, uh, the operating system that I have used before was Mac OS, and I had just created a bootcamp intended for Dev C++. This this topic now for course because I found out that uh, simultaneously running OBS at the same time Visual Code is make my computer so slow in terms of processing it, thick of it. Okay, so I also tried to install Dev C++, but I haven't seen any Dev C++ that actually supported in Mac operating system. And I tried code blocks, but it when I tried looking at it, I mean when uh, go along with like doing research about it, it's that's not the newer version of Mac OS does not support anymore code blocks. So that is why I not I'm forced, but yeah, sige, let's say na lang na force na lang ko to actually create a bootcamp just for this course. So I have here a Windows OS now and that is running under my uh, Mac device. So anyway, karon atong buhaton is we're going to create a project. So okay, let's just create a console application project. Make sure you choose C++ project. Kasi kung pilion nimo siya, ay imong pilion dili na siya pre, dili siya mao ipili. Anyway, I mean, just make sure you choose C++ instead of C because again, this is the right one for us. Right one, ba? Charot. So this time, atong buhaton is going to create a project. Let's say my CPP C++ project. Oops, keyboard. So this time, click OK, and let us create or store or save this project under a certain or specific drive. So this case, I'm going to create a folder under Satoshi, my Satoshi drive. Then I be naming this TPP Pro. Okay. After that, I'm choose that one and then open. Okay, so project will be now stored. So every time you create a file, it will be stored under this project and under this folder. Click on save, and then this time you are shown right here a actually a simple program structure in C++. So let's discuss this one by one before we run them. So by the way, this one is uh, a preprocessor directive, or shall we say a header file. So uh, the this would tell our compiler that we are actually trying to use a certain parang structure. Okay, specifically this is for input output, now for C out and so without declaring this, our program will actually cause an error linking or parang referencing na you don't include IO stream for input output. Then you use actually C out and C in. So murag it's a flag to a compiler. Oh, you use C out but you haven't include IO stream. Dapat appeal na to na siya once we have a program that does input and output statement. Okay, so this one is just a comment. So we will reserve a separate topic for this one. So okay, so now this one right here is that. So this one right here is actually a main program or a main method rather. So main method means this would tell the compiler that this is the beginning of our program. So everything that you are actually going to write inside of this block will be executed uh, parang automatically, no? So this is the first thing that our compiler will is going to actually read. So if we put something like C out here, okay, I love C++ pro. So when you put something like I love C++ programming, this program is actually expected to display that output. So out means output. No, dili na kuot ha, it's C out. Okay. So this is what I have told you earlier that when you use this C out, it actually belongs to this library or this header file. Without this declaring above kasi naatay we have this linker, which is a linker is going to actually reference this library na gi-include ba nato siya above sa program. Okay? And then right here, it's a return zero. So by the way, when we talk about return zero or returning statement, this actually tell us na the program is actually, the method is actually a value returning type. So, therefore, since our int main is value returning method, it is expected to return a value. And since we don't want to return anything like by default, we just use integer zero, which is actually compatible with int, no? And this could be actually any number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but zero is actually telling the compiler that the our program produces no error. Okay, it's like a standard way of telling the compiler that our program does have any error. Okay, so that way we use void. So therefore, dili na mo siya ginautangan og return zero like ang ginabuhat before. Void and then we don't put return zero. However, it's later I found out no when this was when I was still in college, but later we found out na was not the correct way pala of declaring a main method. Parang it's not recommended or it's not good. So this time, please familiarize this one. And also with this, you have here actually two arguments or parameters. So a method can have parameter or it can have it actually has either naa siya parameter or walay parameter or argument. But this time, um, let's erase this one. I mean, let's take that one out from this scenario, uh, leaving only this one. Eh, In a way, this one is the only thing that is required for our int main. So anyway, there's nothing wrong with that, but you can still run your program. Okay, so but again, it would be enticing, it would be enticing to human eyes if parang simple ang atuang structure sa program. So, ayan, no? So I guess that's it. Then, when you want to run that, you'll need to compile it. Diba last time I've told you about compiling or compilation or compilers. So compiler, translate high-level language into language. Meaning to say, this code's right here inside of your program, kailangan siya or need siya i-compile para it will be converted into machine language so that our computer can understand what we are trying to do or what we instruct for our computer to do. And after you compile it, you can actually run that one. So you can use F9 and F10 respectively for compile and run. And then you can actually both do that with just press of a certain button or a single button or single character o sa ba, key in your keyboard, which is actually F11. So together you compile at the same time you run. So once you press that one or you choose this one, yeah, by the way, this has to be saved first. So let's say we have this sample or basic na lang. Sige, basic. So you don't need to put CPP because the file type will be saved as that CPP automatically. So there, by the way, this would require you to have std dot. So let's run this one and See, there you are. I love C++ programming. But if you don't want to use this one, you can actually let's remove this one a bit. You can actually declare using namespace standard. So this statement actually tells our friend, no, compiler, tingnan niya na uh, I'm going to actually use the standard namespacing for my program. So this is actually for the new compiler versions of C++, telling our compiler that we're gonna be using the standard namespacing for our program. Okay, so with that, having stated that, pwede na ni siya walay STT dot dot. Okay? Meaning you don't have to do it or repeat or write this one STD dot dot every time you declare a or every time you use a C out or even C in. Okay, let's execute, compile and run. And there you are. I love C plus programming. So also in C++, you will need to get familiar with number one, this open and close parenthesis, no, not parenthesis, but curly braces. Yeah, it's a braces. So this would indicate na this is the start of the main, and then you enclose it with the closing statement. Also with because again pair talaga yan sila, no, there's anak man dyan ang anak kay partner. Kap tao lang day dapat ay partner, dapat program po na ay partner. So, dapat na siya opening, na siya closing. Okay? So, this would indicate na this is the parang exclusivity or isa ba inclusivity, basta that they are grouped together as one. Okay? And then also with terminating statement, kung nakita niyo natin mga terminating statement, we call this as terminator or terminating statement. Every time nag-declare ta og structure or pwede variable, process or calculation in C++, it's going to always, you need to put an ending statement. Okay? So, para kabalo siya kung asa lang siya taman magpasa for that statement. Okay? You can actually like do this. Okay? So meaning as long as you explicitly declared a ending statement. Okay? So mura lang guna og siya og kamo na kabalo siya nga wala na mo, dili na kanya samok-samokon. Char. Okay. So this time, again, uh, you'll need to familiar this one again kasi most programmers, especially katong naga-start pa og learn sa C++, makalimot ani. So once makalimot na sila, bungkag ang bitaw. Once makalimot sila, so usahay biya, no? Kanang kanang pag nai-program na tapos nalimtan lang dai na tapos daghan na kay kag-read na programs or codes sa imo ay daghan na kay kag code sa imong program, and then uh, there's only one thing na imong nalimtan, which is this one, and that is can be frustrating, no? Taas kay mong codes and then error pero kanila dai ang nag-error. Sometimes ang error ana is when kani ang imong na experience wise ano, kung kani ang wala na close nimo na diri ang error. Diri i-locate sa C++ ang error. Okay? So, i-try na to. Right? File and run. Yeah. So, see? Tama ako, di ba? So, right there, i-locate niya that the error is at line 7. Like this. Error expected before return. So, expected daw na dapat mag-end na inyong relation. Or, mag-end na imo mag-end na dapat ni na statement. So, when we get to run again this one, oh, yeah. I love C++ programming. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you are able to learn basic structure of C++, and have a great day. Bye-bye.